We are live.
Awesome.
Okay. Good morning. We are trying out something new today. We're working from our own homes, but we're all still here, hopefully. So we're just waiting for Greta to join us, but we have Peggy and I so far. I'm just going to send Greta a message and see how she's doing. Because we love the weekly knit along, and we were missing being with each other.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, yeah, I missed it for sure. I'm liking your tree with the socks. That seems very lockdown-ish.
Yes, it's good. Mm-hmm. Where are you, Greta? Okay. Well, I know it worked because I sent you both the same invite.
It just got shuffled in my email list. That's why I couldn't find it, I think.
Yeah. Did you use the second one, the second invite I sent, or the first one?
Yes, I did. I used the one you sent me today because, like I said, my inbox is a little bit full right now. Because
so is mine. I need to go through it again and.
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
So, Peggy,
sorry?
I was going to say, how are you managing? I have found this particular lockdown, and other people that I've talked to, we've really found this a little harder than the last time for some reason.
Do you know that was the conversation in our meditation class yesterday? How people, and I have to agree with this, how people are feeling really rejected. You know, when someone says, oh, it's the lockdown, I can't come. Whereas last year we were kind of going, don't ask because I don't want you to come. This year we're like, right? And it's an interesting thing that people are feeling more hostile and more isolated.
Yes.
Having, again, to choose one person for your bubble if you live alone. How do you ask, how do you ask someone? Right? Because you don't want them to say, I'm sorry, I already have a bubble, because then you're rejected twice, right?
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it in those terms, to be honest with you, but I just had thought about how it seems like people have been trying, well, in our area particularly. Oh, here's Greta.
Hi, Greta.
I'm just going to add her in. Here we are. You're in, Greta. Isn't this great?
And Pester is here.
Oh,
hi,
good.
Pester. Oh, look at
that. He's a good kitty. Oh, buddy. He's a good boy. Where's your head, Betty? Here's your head. Oh, he's a good boy.
So that's
I'm in my onesie.
Oh, good. Well done.
Exactly.
Oh. And I decided, so since there's nobody there to help me, I just knit on a pair of socks.
Oh, I'm knitting on socks too.
I'm working on my shawl. Look it. I finished my Tranquility socks.
You did it!
Yeah.
Oh, pretty? I just think
they are very pretty. Ooh, look at those toes.
Yeah. I want Cindy to teach me how to do the pattern where I'm going to have diagonals going across.
Oh.
So, with this pattern, Greta, I don't know if you can see it, but the pattern, I can make one sock diagonal to the left, and I'm going to do the other sock to diagonal to the right.
How fun!
Yeah. I thought that'd be
kind of my goodness
different.
And are they the fish lips kiss?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I use that with pretty much everything now that I got the hang of it. So here's
it's really good. Look.
Heel.
Yeah. They're the we love them.
I know.
You too.
So I have a lot of what I'm doing with my patterns, and I have a lot of different books, is I just look through the different stitches books that I have. Like this one is called 400 knitting stitches. And this one, I'm making this bigger. There's 72 stitches on this particular sock. So I just look through the book and find a pattern that works for 72, for multiples of whatever divides into 72.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I'm doing it. So this was in multiples of 6. So I thought, okay, that works. And so I can do to the left and to the right. So I just play around with it. I really love this. I haven't tried it yet because it's multiples of 8 plus 9 stitches plus 1 edge. So that means I have to do some figuring out to make it work. But it's called Little Pine Cones. It's this one where my finger is. I don't know how well you can see that.
Oh, look at that. That's really pretty.
Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, that's
That would
adorable.
be a really nice pattern, and I really want to try it, but I haven't done that yet.
That's adorable.
We need to design a new shawl for that
We
stitch
do.
somewhere in there. We can go through that
Well,
random pick.
And so I do have this weekend, I think I got about 300 and some mini skeins dyed.
Wow.
I know.
It makes
So
me
I-
so happy.
I did gradient sets. And so I have 3 in different blues. I have a purple, a pink, a red, green. And now I'm working on some fun sets that are not necessarily a traditional gradient. So what I am doing is my first set I am calling, that I'm playing with, back up. I did one called the color spectrum. So it can be like rainbow, there's 8 skeins in it, your chakras, however you want to.
Oh.
Colors. So I'm calling it the color spectrum because that works for many different things. And then, how come I'm only half of me? Oh, because we fit Rita in, and now I have to figure out which way to move my chair. Okay, I think that's better. And then the next one I'm doing, because Murray and I are great fans of The Curse of Oak Island, I'm doing a set called Oak Island Gold. So, but it's not just gold. I'm doing, Murray, can I get your help for a minute?
Sure, I'm on my way over.
With 3 of us here, it changes the screen, and I'm cut kind of in half, so I'm missing a bit. Okay, yep, perfect,
Yes.
thank you.
You're perfect
I
as picture now.
Yeah,
Like
I
Rita
couldn't
is
do
in
it.
the dark.
Yeah, Rita's dark, and she's a dark one.
So
She's
The
in
dark horse.
pajamas, that's
you
why.
want me to show you.
So the other thing, so I'm doing like, a
Oh,
green-
well, I think it's the light behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah. More
I'm
doing-
yeah.
Oh,
So
well.
I'm doing in the Oak Island, I'm doing a green for the trees on the island or for the oaks.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing a blue for sky and water. And then I'm gonna do a grayish tone for that old causeway that they're working
Yep.
on right now. They found all those rocks, so in
Right.
that color. And then I'm going to do a brownie color for the earth that they're digging through. So we're gonna have
Ooh.
gray, brown, and then a gold for the gold, of course. And I want to do like a sunset color that will fit in, like a multi-sunset color that will fit in with that.
Okay.
So I'm playing with that at the moment.
The blue, remember they found a tile that had markings on it, and it was blue.
Yes.
And I
So
know they also found a pair of old scissor type things that could be your brown,
yes,
and your
So-
gradient could be like the 10 levels going down the shot.
I know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what I did for the blue is I have a color called Wedgwood. And I thought that's a perfect color for that time period, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So
I love it.
I'm gonna actually go grab them. I just have the blue and the green done. That's all I got with so far.
That sounds so cool.
It does, and it's fun. Oak Island. It's everybody's into that.
Yeah.
Island.
So
Absolutely.
here's the blue and the green so far.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
that's a nice.
They're really
blue.
pretty. Yeah. It's really, really pretty. So I'm quite excited about what am I going to make with it? I don't know. And then I have,
Beautiful.
so if I follow their Facebook pages, and sometimes they have pictures of sunsets and stuff. So I'm going to look at one of the sunset pictures and see what, because I'm thinking something with maybe oranges and golds is more appropriate to go than a pinky purple sunset,
Ooh, yeah.
I'll probably do both and then see which one goes with it the best.
Yeah.
So playtime. It has been playtime.
That's awesome.
That's the best. It really.
Yeah.
Is.
Yep.
So that's what I did on the weekend. And I have 2 gradient sets that I have. I can dye them way faster than Murray can reskein them. So, which is normal, right?
Yeah.
He's been reskeining like a wild man, and I only have 2 sets that have been reskeined so you can see how the colors look. So I'm going to grab those 2 that I have done and show you how they look.
Sweet.
You're going back to work, Rita, I saw. When are you going back?
Supposedly June 1st.
Yeah, and Dr. Strang said he was going to extend the restrictions longer than is
I know. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. I suspect we can do virtual stuff at the museum if he keeps it closed longer than that.
So you'll still be able to go back to work.
So far, it appears that way, but we shall wait and see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Here is set number 1. Okay. And
wow.
this I used started with a variance of a teal color. So it's really, I like it.
Oh, yes.
So I did 8 sets of each. So I'm going to have a lot of these.
Yay.
Yay, what a hardship.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And then here's the next one. Murray says this is his favorite so far because you can't really tell till they get wound up. So here.
Oh, that's
look at that.
Yes. Look at that.
It's not showing its true color. It's much more vibrant than this.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That was the greeny one we all liked yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's much more vibrant though. It's shamrock, so think of a shamrock color more
right.
So it's quite muted in the photo. So
Anyway,
so much fun. I'm having so much fun.
Yay! Yay, Cindy.
So it was a 3-day dye fest in here, let me tell you. I started on Friday and I just kept going, and that's all I did all weekend. Wow. Because I don't want to have on the gradient skeins there's 82 meters per skein, so 5 skeins, so that's about 400 and some meters.
Okay.
Lots of people watching. I will read so you can hear.
Yes, I was wondering.
Lorna says, good morning. I'm half listening and watching. My great godniece is at my house doing online learning.
Oh.
Recess is
Hi,
just
Lorna.
over, and now gym class starts. Grade 6, interesting times. And so good morning, Lorna. And Vera Gillis says good morning. Good morning to you too, Vera. Kathy Wright. Okay, Kathy, I hope I could pronounce your name right. Arabaja, good morning to you too. And Peggy says, what's the yardage? And Kathy says, beautiful colors in the 2 dyes. And yes, Peggy, I am selling them. So I just have to get my pricing figured out, and you can private message me about that if you want. So yeah, so I'm so excited about these gradient sets. They're turning out absolutely lovely. And I've done them in so many different colors. So I will post some pictures on my Facebook page when I have them all ready to go. So
when you were asking to look up a project that we could take on together,
yes,
I didn't have time because of plant sale, but
yeah.
I just really didn't know where to start to get
no.
the right amount of yarn. You know what I mean? Like I was like, can I make a sweater with that?
You would need more than the 125 grams, but did you see what Greta sent us?
I did. Greta,
and what did you think of that?
That was really good.
How many yards did that take?
It takes 1,200, so that would be like 3 skeins of each.
Right.
Yeah, so that's not a big deal. And I have that first set that I dyed that we all liked that I think there's enough in it for us to do one of those if you want in the middle on. I've just put it away.
I like the sweater.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice idea. I like the
Look
idea.
up sweater. How is it? SHWEAT.
Like shawl and sweater together. Shawl.
Yeah. If you look that up on Ravelry, we kind of thought we might try that with these gradient kits. So, and if anyone wants to try the sweater, let me know beforehand, and I can make up a kit for you with the correct amount of yarn in it. So it looked really fun. I like how they actually sew it, so it stays.
So it's
I thought that gave it a little bit of a pick-me-up to another shawl, but
Exactly. Well, I like knitting shawls, but how many
I do
shawls
too.
do you wear all the time, right? And that would be like you could wear that around the house with it out falling off or whatever.
right.
Exactly. Just something different.
Oh, Ruth says I'm in.
Yay,
You like
Ruth!
sweater?
Sweater.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool pattern. So
Cindy,
we thought
what's the name of the pattern you used for the Asha shawl?
Pretty Threads by Casapinka.
Because that one's in my future too.
So Peggy, it is on Ravelry, and I'm going to see if I can find the link and I'll post it because I can post a comment. So let me just see if I can find that.
Okay, that would be great.
And then everybody can find it and take a look at it.
Awesome.
That is a really pretty shawl, and I would really like to. We've talked about this. I want to do it in those wonderful mermaid colors, like the greens and purple and some blues. So I'm looking at your gradients, going, I could mix and match.
You could.
That would be beautiful for the Asha.
Because it's just so pretty, that one with the stitches in it.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's a really, really nice shawl.
It is mermaidy. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys keep talking while I find this link.
Okay.
Okay.
And not
Greta, I
just
don't know if you saw that I posted the plants and stuff, and that we're gonna go on and have a curbside pickup plant
Oh,
sale.
are you? I did see it. I was wondering if you were going to go along with that. That's great.
Yeah, and so it's actually I'm amazed at the response, and we're getting people to tell us when they're coming so that not everybody comes at the same time.
Oh,
And-
that's wonderful.
Yeah, and having pre-orders, it means their boxes, I can put them in like different places so that that's your box, give me your money, you can go, don't come too close. Give me your money.
And where's the pickup going to be?
At the boathouse, right at the boathouse.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can set everything up there beforehand.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm amazed at the response. I am truly, truly amazed at the feedback I'm getting from people. It's pretty cool. The only one that I felt really bad, someone asked if they could come out to my house and have a look.
Oh,
And I
no,
said, no.
no.
Anyway, right now they're just little green shoots, right? So you wouldn't be able
Yep,
to tell. Anyhow,
exactly.
but it has been pretty much taking care of any time that I got from the COVID restrictions.
I imagine so. You've been very busy.
It's good though. It's good.
The little leaflet you sent out with all the pictures was fantastic. That was really good.
Thank you. I'm going to do a second one, hopefully later today or early tomorrow, that will have new hostas that someone dropped off.
Oh,
Ooh,
So I'm going to, and I'll just update the posting with those plants. But
lots of daylilies.
okay. I've posted on Ravel where you can find the Schwetter by Liz Papik on Ravelry. So that's what you check out, and you can see if you want to join in, and then you can let me know, and I will put a kit together for you.
Very good. Now
You could probably tell her all your favorite colors.
Greta, I'm not seeing the things that Cindy posts or people's comments. Are you?
I'm not. No.
No, because I brought you in as guests, so
As
you
guests. Okay.
don't see that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll send that to me separately then, yes?
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. You're
I
right,
will.
though, Rita. People should have a look at it and then send Cindy their favorite colors.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can say if you want greens or blues or pinks or.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did a red one too that was really pretty.
I did do red. Yeah. Oh, I showed you. I did a brief thing with you, didn't I, Greta? I showed you.
You did. Yeah. I felt special. You took me around the room and showed me things.
Yes.
We were FaceTiming. But it was fun. It sort of made my day. It was like, oh, I'm sitting here doing nothing and then I'm happy.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm just sending this to you, Peggy, so you have it. So you don't have to look at your phone. It's just me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, there you go.
I love those tealy colors, though.
I did the Island Blues too. Oh my God. I did two blues. I did Sea Breeze because that's a really, really popular color, and then I did the Island Blues. So yeah, both of them are good.
Yep.
I bring them over and show you, but they're just not reskeined, and they don't look nearly as nice till they're reskeined.
Well, next week we can see them all reskeined.
Well, you'll have to tell Murray to hurry up. It's a big job.
Hey, I'm going as fast as I can.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him in the background?
Murray, hurry up.
Our staining slate.
Murray, since you're not doing anything, could you bring me a coffee?
Oh boy, a double espresso, I bet.
Oh dear.
And
I miss your coffee, Murray.
Oh, Greta, I miss you too.
She doesn't miss you. She just misses your coffee.
So here's a
Murray and I could have some fun doing a hideous game.
You could.
That's right.
Yes.
We could be playing a hideous game.
We could be.
So right there.
That's
Just
okay.
move them and sit down, Murray.
No.
So I did two. I did two gradients with neutrals because I thought it's important sometimes to have neutrals. So I did a gray and I did a brown in the neutrals. And
gray?
Gray. I know. Gray,
I like
it. Gray and pink, Rita. Gray and pink.
Those are me. I'm thinking perhaps gray would be a good color for my Schwetter.
Oh yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun to play around with that pattern.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Because gray goes nicely with all my pink.
Yeah, and gray and pink, or gray would go nice with blue jeans, or whatever you're wearing.
Exactly. It even goes well with my onesie.
I was just thinking that.
Oh,
Oh dear.
yeah.
Cindy,
I thought it was just too funny.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to do Nydia with the cat here by my side too.
Oh, very
Yeah. Well, you could bring Pat or Pester because Lulu would like him.
Pester would like Lulu too.
Yeah.
Pester is a dog-liking cat.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Pester was first brought into our house for a friend for our 16-year-old Pekingese at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he loved him, and the two of them snuggled together. And now poor old Pester is 16 years old.
And he needs a Pekingese.
Yeah, but he has a little gray menace. He lives with a little gray menace, and she would not like a Pekingese. Little Orange is not
Rita,
as
you have
friendly.
to explain to our video or to the audience about the hideous game.
Oh, yes, Murray, you must. You must.
Oh, he wants you to. He's gonna the owner of the sweatshop is not letting him let up from the skating.
Ah, I understand. I understand. So Murray and I have tournaments of both backgammon and cribbage. But sometimes I lost so many times that instead of asking him to play, I just simply say, let's play the hideous game.
Yeah.
Is he lucky when he plays against you too, Greta?
He is extremely skilled. Not luck, it's skill.
And it takes one to know one.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Murray.
Yeah.
We do give each other quite a run for our money.
Yeah.
Which is an ice cream cone at the end of 500 points.
Yes.
Oh, how many times have you had ice cream cones?
3.
He's
3.
never told me about those ice cream cones.
I believe I had to buy twice, but Murray had to buy once.
Oh, there you go.
You're way ahead in this league, though. This round.
At the present time, I'm ahead. And I'm hoping my luck will continue.
Well, I don't.
Many of our listeners have played games online, like Zoom games. Some people are doing that. I haven't.
Yeah. Murray plays cribbage online with a couple friends.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Rita, how come it's so dark?
I think it's the curtains in the background here. I
yeah.
think I've got light curtains up.
I see.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm facing the wrong way, but that's oh well.
You're there.
As
I'm
long as you
still
can hear
here.
your voice.
So what's Peggy doing?
She's working on a shawl.
It's my Merlin's cape.
Oh wow. Good.
I really like it.
Oh,
It's
cool.
just taking me a really long time to finish it. I keep doing other things, like making rabbits.
I see.
Yeah. I just have my overalls left to finish. And Greta, Peggy dropped off your carrot here for your
Oh, thank you, Peggy.
You're welcome. I was on a roll.
A carrot roll.
A carrot roll.
That sounds delicious. Oh. It's hard to believe I can mess up with purl to knit to while talking. I have to keep counting. Where am I?
Yeah. Who's going to rip it out if you have a problem?
Oh, I can take out purls and knits. It's those
Okay.
knit front and back thingies I have trouble with. And
Or the knit one, slip one, pass slip.
those
stitch
are the
over.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the ones I'm never quite sure where my thingy goes. And I don't mind trying to take them out if someone's around if I mess up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But just plain knits and purls, I can handle that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've taken out enough of those.
That's right.
I think somewhere in this sock, I saw that I had done one the wrong way. And I said, oh. So I had to go back a couple of rows. And I thought, I don't really need to do that. And I said, yes, but it's good practice. So I did it anyway.
Oh, Peggy disappeared.
Oh, where's Peg?
I don't know.
Peggy.
Peggy, see if you can come back in. I'll send her a message.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's coming back in. Could be her internet.
Oh, right.
Surge, it's all very strong, but it just kicked out. So
Yeah,
Oh, there you are.
we got you back in.
Yay.
have you heard from the others? Are there any comments?
Not since I check out on Ravelry the Schwetter by Liz Cappick.
Oh
So
my God, they've all fallen down the rabbit hole now.
yeah. Well, what I did was I Googled mini skein projects on Ravelry.
Oh,
And then you should see all the stuff that comes up.
oh my goodness.
Other patterns. Just Google mini skeins. That's all you have to write.
Oh, I just looked for things that took about 3 skeins and would
There's
You-
all kinds of stuff if you Google mini skein.
oh dear, another rabbit hole to go
Yeah.
down.
So for those of you that are out there and in our viewer land, if you Google mini skein projects and see what's out there and get an idea for the kits have 5 skeins in them. But I'm also thinking that I might do some really multicolored mini skeins to go with it, just so you can add a pop of color. Because you know me, I'm a pop of color person, and as much as I like the gradients, I would never be able to knit a gradient without some blast of color in there. So,
Oh, that would be neat too.
mhm.
Am I still there? Oh, yes, I am. Something clicked. Now you've got me tempted, but I'm not going to leave here to look up mini skein projects yet.
Not yet.
Wait until after the yard sale on Saturday.
It's just like somebody just said squirrel to me. Squirrel.
Okay, I messed something up here.
Oh,
And I got to figure out what it is. I did my, so okay. So I'm not going to rip back my 2 rows, Greta. I am just going to rip back my stitches, and I'm just going to pull them out and fix them. Because,
Oh,
wow.
and I will show you how to do that sometime when it's just a couple stitches.
okay.
Back a whole bunch of rows. You just kind of ladder back the stitches, and it's way faster than pulling back all the rows. So
Ah,
I'm gonna do is I'm just pulling out the 2 stitches because I put knits and they should have been purls. And then I'm guessing you can't see this very well. I'm just gonna fix them.
are you putting them wrapping them up the other way in your?
No, I'm just fixing them. Just because I went off kilter
Magic. It's magic.
and I don't want to rip it all the way back because it's only a few stitches. So I'd have to rip back 2 rows, and that's going to take longer than it will be fixing it this way. So I will show you guys how to do this.
I
So
will look forward to it.
the
I
next-
wonder if you could do a video of you doing that with your hands under the camera.
Yeah, I can get Marie to hold it behind me.
That I'd love to see that, and I'd love to have it so we could watch it over and over again, not just one time.
Over and over, hey?
Yep, because that's what it would take me every time I made a mistake.
Okay. I probably should do that. Okay, I will do that for you.
Thanks. That will be really beneficial.
So instead of ripping back, I now have this row fixed. And it was two rows of stitches I had to fix. So
Wow.
that's way faster than ripping back and re-knitting.
Especially if you know where your mistake is and
It
you
was
can
really,
see it.
yeah, it was really visible to me. So because my
Right,
my pearls were off by 2. Like, so
right.
it's like, oh, I can fix that.
And sometimes that's what happened to me in my shawl. I could see where my yarn over slipped or something, and yet I had to go all the way back in order to fix that one spot.
Yeah.
And I could see it, and it would just drive me bonkers.
It's all a confidence thing, right? Like, you're only working with one stitch at a time that you unravel.
Right.
So I found on the last pair of socks I knit that I had dropped a stitch, and I had dropped it like 30 rows back.
Oh,
Done that.
I pulled it. I got my little hook and I pulled it all the way up
oh my golly.
till I fixed it. So
30 rows.
it was a lot. Yeah, I did count. It was like 30 rows, and I'm like, I'm not ripping this back. So
Oh my goodness.
where did I put those socks? There is a little bit of a
Pucker.
tightness there, but I figured once they're worn and washed, it's gonna stretch out a bit.
That is a lot of rows.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So, and I did miss one loop, but I didn't worry about it. It's only one loop.
Wow. Yeah, that would be me done for a whole week of knitting. I would just rip it out and then not touch anything for a week. Then go back at it.
If you see a drop stitch, especially in plain knitting,
Yes.
don't rip it back. I'll show you how to do that, and it's actually pretty easy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Wow.
All these little treasure tips.
So Cindy, when you do a sock with 72 stitches and
Mhm.
you're going toe up,
Yes,
what number do you start with for your toe?
I still start with 12,
Okay.
and I go up to 36
Okay.
per needle. Yeah.
Does that make the sock really large, or like a man size?
Yeah, these fit Murray. So
Right.
I've been in my socks. I've been doing a ladies and then a men's, a ladies and then a men's. So I have different sizes because I think that I'm gonna like send them all out to my mom's at Christmas time next year when all the family comes and everybody can fight and pick out a pair of socks.
Oh, how sweet.
So I have quite a few. I've probably got about 15 pairs of socks done that are sitting around.
That is such a nice, that's so Christmassy.
Mhm.
So
That's
That
kind of
gives
my
me
goal
a
too.
warm feeling.
Mhm. That's kind of my goal too with the stuff that we're making. I'm hoping to
yeah,
have a nice selection to make some Christmas gifts
yeah,
that are
yeah.
all from me or homemade, you know? Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's just wonderful.
Shawls with matching socks.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
those are perfect. Those are perfect. I like those.
that's
The
wonderful.
tranquility socks, the scrappy socks.
Yep.
Very nice.
Well, I was thinking about that, you know, what a nice gift that will be, just because I might not include the 2020 charm, but the cards with the description for the colors, for sure.
Yes.
Well, if you want an extra set of cards, I can get them for you.
Yeah.
I had lots of cards made. I think every order is going to go out with a set of those cards now.
Looks
They are
like
so beautiful.
Yeah. They've just that
Look who's
extra
here.
little.
Oh, Lulu's come to visit.
Hi, Lulu. This is me rubbing your ears.
Lulu
Maybe.
got herself groomed up the other day.
Look how pretty she looks. Where do you
Oh,
go, Marie, for her grooming?
Lulu.
We took her to Coastal Trails.
Okay. Look
Coastal
how pretty
Tales.
she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sabrina and Jennifer
Jennifer.
Young. Yeah. So Lulu isn't feeling so good today. She's got a bad tooth.
Oh,
Oh.
So
poor Lulu.
Did
Yes.
you touch her face again?
no. I'm not going to bother her.
Okay.
Do you want to go and sit up on the chair?
Move the books.
Yeah, we can move the books. Oh my goodness, I can barely lift all those.
I know they're heavy.
They've got such good content, hey?
My 4 books I have of different knitting stitches stay beside my spot at the sofa when I start new socks. First, I look through and think, oh, I try this pattern, and then I try a pattern. And I want to get a little more creative and start mixing and matching a few more patterns together, like maybe a cable and a different cable on the sides or something.
Yeah, because you made that one pattern with the cable down the side that was just gorgeous. It was really
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
Yeah. That
I
was.
just want to play around with that a bit, and
My
I'd like to start doing some more Fair kind of stuff, with carrying the color.
My favorite one that you did was the one with the cable up the back. I love that pair of
That
socks.
was a nice sock, wasn't it? I like
That
that.
was that's I love it. And do you know how comfortable that is in a pair of shoes?
Is it okay?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. It just hits you at the right spot on the back of the heel when you put on a pair of sneakers.
Mhm.
It's cushy. It's lovely.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. That's my favorite.
Where did
Have
I
you
have
done that?
to?
Have you done that one, Peggy?
No.
I don't
What
think
was
he
that one called?
has. I'll have to get you a copy of that.
Okay, that would be
That
great.
is
Was that one of your
awesome.
sock kits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. That would be great. Because I want to make a man pair next because I haven't
Mhm.
done that. So
I really like these for a man pair. Like, I think they
yeah, they have a nice look.
have a nice look. And sometimes I find with the tonal yarns, they don't always show up lace patterns the best, but they show up textured patterns beautifully. So I like playing with the texture.
Yeah.
Well, the cable up the back ones, wouldn't want to do those in a man's pattern because you should wear them with capris.
Yeah, they're very feminine looking.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to see the cable up on the back, so I like them either up over top of a tight fitting pair of tights or pants, or with capris.
Yeah.
And they had a little bit of laciness to them, didn't they? Didn't that
Yeah.
cable have a little bit of laciness to it?
It did.
Yeah.
It's really feminine looking. Yeah. And it's not hard.
That's important.
For me. I did have to get a bit of help, though. I have to give a shout out to Nancy Thomas on that. I said, Nancy, just take this and write out exactly what to do with this cable stitch. And so she did. Now stick your thing in here. But it worked. It was kind of fun.
That's good. Yeah, I'm really liking these socks. I like how this looks. And I can't wait to do the other sock opposite. So
That's
that
going to be so cool.
Yeah, so that they kind of. Murray says, so is that so you know which one's for the left foot and which one's for the right foot?
Yes.
Are you teasing me?
I'm like, yes, it is. I said, I
I
thought,
have a girlfriend who has bought yarn from you who goes through the same dilemma with one of her sons. He's very particular about the way his socks fit. And
mhm.
so he wants a right and a left sock to his foot with a slant in it. Have you ever heard that before?
No, I have
Yeah.
not.
So he is very particular about the way his socks fit, and he needs a right and a left, and will only wear them in that way. He's just a young guy.
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so there, I guess there's a way to slant the toes that she's been doing on
Oh
her
yeah,
socks.
yeah. I could see doing that. You could actually, when you did your toe, you could have like instead of how I do 12, 12, and 12, you could do 8, 12, and 16, and then you could reverse it on the other side, right?
Oh, okay.
That would make them slant.
Yes, I guess that must be what she's doing.
Yeah, and I would think if you're someone who has an extremely long, big toe, that would be more comfortable, right?
It would be, yeah. Maybe I'll try a pair.
That would be really cool. Because this person is definitely hitting that obstacle with the child.
So I'm just thinking about that. So you know how okay, that Dorothy says, Rita said something isn't hard. And then Dorothy says there's a pattern out there for toes that slant left and right.
Oh,
So, but I was thinking, you know how when you're doing your toe up and if you want to add extra stitches onto the other side,
yes.
you could do your increase and then you know how you knit the next row. And then
Okay.
you would skip the increase on one side and just knit it, but do an increase on the other side and then knit your next row. And then increase, knit, increase, and then knit, 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 increase. Yeah, I think that would work. I'll have to write it out and try it. It's already percolating in my brain.
That's pretty cool.
Murray,
Yeah,
would you-
no, I didn't find doing the cables hard at all when Nancy wrote it out for me. But for some reason, I needed to have somebody tell it to me straight, like not
just
just
needed to interpret it, have it interpreted. Yeah,
right. Help me interpret it. That's right.
that's all it was.
But it's just straight knitting. It's just the way you move your stitches over. So it's actually not hard at all. I like the idea of cables.
Yeah.
But that toe thing, it sounds very interesting. Not that it would make any difference on my feet. I think my feet are pretty even. Roddy has a pair of running socks that are listed right and left on the sock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that are actually like sport socks. I always thought that was kind of funny.
For those that do yoga, have any of you ever knitted the yoga socks with the no toe and the no heel?
No, that would be fun too.
Yeah. They'd be good to use up scraps.
Yes.
Oh, nice idea.
Mhm. I had a dance teacher who gave me left and right socks, but I think it was because she was tired of me starting on my left foot instead of my right.
Oh.
It didn't really help because I never danced looking at my feet. So
Yeah. Maybe you could like put a bracelet on the right foot so that would be your clue, you know? Start with the foot with the bracelet.
Well, it's one of those things where you step on the right just to put your body weight on the right foot and you do whatever you're doing on the left.
Ah,
And you see, for me, I don't need to know that because my left foot's already out doing stuff. So of course I'm weighted on my right. What other foot am I going to weight on, right? But anyway,
yeah.
it was one of those big debates. So I would wear the socks on the wrong feet.
There's no stubborn streak in you at all, is there,
No,
Peggy?
no, no. It's
No.
like I got when I was young and I was taking ballet at university. I had a ballet class, and I would wear socks inside my tights because my feet would get cold. My dance teacher didn't like that. She wouldn't let me wear them on the outside of my tights, and she sure didn't like it when I put them on the inside. I don't know.
But you still did? Did you still do it?
Well, she would kick me out. Yes, I still did it. So she would make me watch the class from the hall.
Oh dear.
My friend would practice with me so I could still pass my class, right? Or I would forget to
Whoa.
put my ballet shoes on purpose. Yeah.
So, things like that always make me think of how,
You
like-
are hilarious, Peggy.
Well,
like
you know how
Peggy-
they squeak, right? Your shoes squeak
Yeah.
if you don't chalk. And
Yeah.
I would just forget to chalk and she'd go nuts. And then it would be like, oh, it makes her crazy. I'll forget to chalk. She was a Russian ballerina, this dance teacher. She was a very good teacher, but she was very particular.
was it like her way or the highway all the
Oh
time?
yeah, you weren't allowed to sit down for the 3 hours that of her class. If you sat down, she kicked you out. So I spent a lot of time in the hall, watching through the little window.
Oh my gosh.
I still passed my class,
Of course you did.
but she
Because you could
told
do
me,
it.
this was her comment to me on the last day of class. You're a pretty good dancer, but you're too short, so you'll always only be in the chorus. Can't do anything about my height, sorry.
Yep, sorry, that's genetics. Can't do a thing about that.
Nope. But anyway.
She
So I
sounds like a horrible person.
Well, I'm not. I make it sound like she was always picking on me, but she picked on everybody. I wasn't alone in the hall.
It was equal opportunity, hey?
Equal opportunity picking.
Yeah.
That's right. Boys, girls, didn't matter. We were all standing in the hall with our nose pressed to the glass.
That's funny. I like it.
I can actually remember after 3 hours having the whole class in the hallway, and she was in there with the piano player because we had a live musician. And she had the whole room to herself.
What would she do? Dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, just with the piano player.
Yep. She would demonstrate what it was we were supposed to have learned that day. This was at the Royal Conservatory in Brussels, I think because we were at the Royal Conservatory, we were supposed to be more serious.
Well, yes. But
It just makes me wonder why
when the
someone
whole
has to have-
class is in the hallway.
Yeah. There's definitely some control stuff going on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think how much pleasure would you get from your job if you were doing that all the time to everybody?
But I think she loved that. I think that really
Did she?
made her happy.
Okay.
But I'm sure other people have had ballet instructors because they dance. They walk around with a stick as well, right? So they tap you when your leg's not in the right place or your arm's not up enough. They don't touch you with their hands. They tap you with the stick. So I got tapped often and a lot. You just couldn't wait for her to move on, right?
You can still feel it.
Well, especially on the days where it was just me she could see in the class. That's when I wished
Oh.
I had my socks on, right? Please send me out in the hall. I'll go be in the hall. I'll be good.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But anyway, it was the Royal Conservatory. She was a snob. It was all right.
That must have been an awful fun time for you, though.
It really truly was. It was like not the 70s, right? Like 1973. We were all still hippies. And of course, I'm a little Canadian hippie, so I got a double from everybody else. Because I had this lovely French Canadian accent and everything else was like, oh God. Yeah, I got it all. It was all very good.
I bet you were adorable. She's thinking, I wouldn't call that adorable. That was a... Do you have any recordings of you dancing?
Well, I was actually in theater school. And
Yes.
it was a requirement that we dance as part of theater school. So
Yes.
I did, the school that I went to was really cool because there was a section that was for theater directors and people involved in film and radio and television. And so the actors and that's where I was. We'd get used by the people doing other stuff. So I did do like radio broadcasts and I made a few commercials and I was in one feature film where I worked for 2 weeks and all you saw were my feet. It was.
Oh my. Oh.
I know. My running shoes going up a flight of stairs. That's all you saw.
Probably a lot of running to get that one little clip.
2 weeks worth of running up those stairs.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, and I did a TV miniseries too.
Oh, you did? What was that?
Oh, it was just some strange little Belgian thing, and it was 4 episodes, and it was a really artsy-fartsy thing where we were.
Can we find it online?
You know what? I don't know. I should look.
That would be fun to see.
That would be hilarious. Belgian
it would be
thingy.
Hysterical because
Belgian thingy with subtitles.
I don't know. I know that what the film that I worked on where you could see my feet, they actually showed that at the Canadian Embassy in Brussels.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because
Cool.
they have a cultural thing, right? Like where they would just show things. It's kind of like the Shelburne Arts Council. They would go around and see what the Canadians who were in Brussels were doing from an arts point of view, and they would exhibit their work. So it wasn't me; it was the director that they were interested in. But
Oh no, it was definitely your feet.
it was my feet. Yes, my
It
feet.
was.
The
Like,
whole
don't
audience stood up and cheered when my feet went up. Right.
proper. And your ballet teacher said, "Yes, it's her. I see the right and left socks
On the wrong feet again.
on the wrong feet." That's too good. How long were you there?
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I studied for 3 years. Yeah. It was a very good experience. It was a really, really good experience. I got to do a lot of really interesting. One of the shows I worked on was produced every 7 years in a small town in the Belgian Ardennes. And so you get there and all of these people who had played that part 7 years ago were fully expecting that they would play that part again this year because that was their part, right?
Right.
So even if this part was for someone who was supposed to be 21, this guy who had played it the last 2 times So this is now 14 years later. Would
Yeah.
expect that they would still be cast in that part. It was a really interesting experience.
I imagine it was.
Yeah, it was
But
really
people
cool.
were probably invested in their characters.
Absolutely. And everybody in town participated. Everybody, which is just nuts. We had,
Oh
we
my
had
God.
guys on horseback. They would do like jousting and all kinds of stuff. And I would
Holy,
go, yeah, you would get your actors, my actors from the section that I was responsible for would wait in the pub.
oh,
So
oh,
sometimes they came out and they were staggering around, but they were having
oh.
a good time, right? But I knew where they were. At least I could collect them from the right place. Oh my goodness. But that was a really cool experience.
I bet you.
So with their storyline, like if they only did it once every 7 years, did the characters age, or did it pick up where it left off, or how did they do that?
What it was a historical reenactment of the history of Stavelot, which is the name of the town. So
Okay.
they would start right at the very beginning, and it's one of those places. It's in the Ardennes in Belgium, so they actually, you know, they belonged to France for a bit of the time, and they belonged to Germany for a little while, and then they were back to Belgium. And so they would just retell the story. So they would start from the very beginning in the middle, in the Dark Ages, and work through the Middle Ages, and hence the jousting. And it was just a really cool historical panorama. And so they would add whatever had happened in the last 7 years to their history. So they would talk about, you know, like the tan, at one point it was a really big center for tanning and stuff like that. So there'd be parts about that, right? So we each had we were all, like the actors from Brussels, we were all responsible for certain sections of the history, right? So I had 3 parts, one early in the show, one midway, and one towards the end, so that I could keep my actors sorted.
Oh, okay.
And there were 7 of us, like we each had 3 groups, so it was like 21 little vignettes, I guess. Yeah. And it was a multimedia thing, so they had giant screens set up on either side. When I think about that in 1973, that's nuts. But anyway, we had really huge props because it was all done in the open air in a courtyard. It was really cool.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Yes, and I got to live with, like they put me up at one of the professors' homes. So I was staying with my music professor, and that was really cool. I got to eat really nice bread and chocolate for breakfast every day with my coffee.
Oh, you were spoiled.
No, it was just his wife every morning would go to the bakery and she would buy a pistolet, which are the breads.
Yes.
And she would serve that bread and they had a basket of chocolate, like all different kinds of chocolate.
Oh, wow.
With fruit in it or with nuts in it or whatever. And then the coffee was served in a bowl. So you could dip, right?
Yep.
I am telling you, I thought I had died and gone to heaven.
Oh, my
19-year-old
goodness.
self is going,
Yes, yes, yes.
production meetings in a pub. Very civilized.
So we have a comment
I
here,
love it.
and it's from Lorna, and she said, "You guys are funny when I'm watching and have you muted." I'll go back and watch and listen when school is out. Hope my yarn comes in today.
Very good. She's the one who's doing phys ed with a grade 6 student, right?
Yeah, well, she's got her grandniece there doing her online schooling.
Lots of kids are online schooling these days, boy.
Yeah.
Where is she, Cindy?
I think Lorna's in Sackville, Lower Sackville.
Okay.
Oh, I've been carding all kinds of wool lately.
Have you?
I've been taking out my lovely little drum carder from our adventure to Lunenburg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it works really nicely.
Explain what that is.
A drum carder is similar to hand cards, only it's a drum and you put your raw fleece in and it turns it into a bat as opposed to a rolag for spinning.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Good for
So
needle felting too.
and for needle felting as well. But what I'm doing is I'm getting it ready for the spinning wheel. So I'm using the bigger locks and I'm putting them through and I'm making bats for spinning. And I had a brilliant idea while rewatching Cindy do that finger dyeing. I could dye a bat of fleece and then spin it.
Yes, I've done that before.
Have you?
It's fun. Yeah.
Oh. See, when I card, I have to do it outside. So I wait for good weather days. And on good weather days, I grab the carders and go outside and have fun.
You know what's fun too, Greta? Is just dyeing a dirty fleece. Like
Really?
I've done that lots of times. And it's
Really?
fun. Yeah. I'll have to show you how to do that.
Will you get gradients of color?
You do. Yeah.
Oh, do you do it with all the VM and everything still in it?
Yep.
That's what you
Wow.
do for bunny stuffing, right?
Well,
That wasn't dirty.
I'd wash that first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had VM in it, but this would still have all the lanolin and everything.
Yeah. I've done a dirty fleece. I used to do that a lot in Saskatchewan. People always thought that was fun to do a rainbow pot dyeing with dirty fleece.
Oh, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There goes the cat walking through. Freddie, you good baby. Oh, pretty beauty's a tail. Oh, he's got a nice tail. Ooh. Ooh. He's such a good kitty. Oh, I'm getting good. I'm beginning to be able to look at these stitches and know where I am without counting.
Awesome.
That's always a pleasure when you hit that stage, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
just starting.
I just jiggled Lulu's chair and she looked at me like, "What are you doing?" I was having a good nap.
Her poor little tooth isn't good, eh?
Yeah, it needs to come out, and we're just keeping an eye on her today.
Yeah. That's not good for her.
No.
Poor little girl. And I suppose you probably couldn't get it done right now, could you?
No, we wouldn't be able to.
Oh. Hope it doesn't abscess on her.
Yeah,
I hope it just falls out.
that's what I'm hoping.
Yep. I see a bit of sun out there now. Maybe we're not going to have a rainy day.
It's pretty gloomy here.
It is here too. Like
Must be up on the hill. It's better.
Well, it's not. I'm just looking at behind me. It looks a little brighter than it did a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Still probably gloomy. Gloomy. Even Pester doesn't want to go out today. Right?
Oh.
Well, Lulu went out for her morning playtime. She did that already.
You kitty. You do kitty. Kitty. Where are you, kitty? I am not good at this. Is it you, baby? Oh, there's Pester.
Oh.
I found
Hi,
him.
Pester.
Pester. Betty, look at you. Oh, he's a good boy. He's purring. He's a good kitty. Yeah, I'm back. Oh, Betty, you're a TV star, Betty. See, we even saw more of Pester than you in your feature film. He had a headshot.
That's right. Actually, that's very true.
What were the commercials that you did?
I actually did a Basel commercial. Do you remember Basel margarine?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I did a Basel commercial, and I did it was a commercial for the blood donor, Red Cross. No, but I was a white corpuscle. I was a white blood cell.
You
I was-
were a white corpuscle.
I was running down the hallway because I really wanted to get donated. And I ran into a red blood cell who was just kind of hanging around doing nothing. I had to talk him into coming with me. Yeah. I also played the nurse who was taking the blood from the patient. But there you go.
In the same commercial?
Oh yes, I was the nurse, but I was also the blood cell. Yes. Our budget was
I want to see that commercial.
Oh,
Great.
Yeah.
There's got to be like a commercial museum somewhere in the world.
There has to be, I'm sure. But yeah, the thing with doing commercials that was kind of fun because I only did two, but I would get little residual checks like 5 years later, you know. It's like they're still showing that commercial.
the same Basel commercial is still on.
Well, it's like Basel itself; it'll last forever, right?
Isn't Basel the one where,
Yeah.
Peggy, isn't Basel the one where you lifted the lid and it said butter and you had to put it back down?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, that was
No? Was that something else?
no, that was something else. That was parquet because at the end of it they'd say parquet.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
I remember that one because it
Yeah.
was funny.
I like commercials. I want to see Peggy commercials.
Me too.
I'm really
They're very limited.
not happy with one of the sets of commercials now. They've changed my Pepto-Bismol commercials. And they don't have the guy running around going, girl, anymore. And I miss him.
So, when
Now
I was
they've got some insipid woman on an airplane.
Oh,
I don't want to think about that. I want my little Pepto-Bismol drop.
So when we first moved from Saskatchewan to BC, I was in grade 11. And so it would have been like 1976 or 77, no, 75. And it was our first total culture shock to United States TV because we didn't have that in Saskatchewan, but in Nelson, BC, they had all the Spokane, Washington channels.
Oh.
And so the commercials, we were like fascinated by these commercials because they were so different from Canadian commercials. And when you said Pepto-Bismol, all I could think of was the plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
oh yes.
Oh, yes.
But the commercial that my sister and I went absolutely hysterical over was for the Oreo cookies. And I'm going to see if I can remember the jingle. And it went like, this. And I'm making a fool of myself in front of everybody, but there's only 5 people out there. So yay. It went, please don't fiddle with the Oreo middle. Don't tear us apart. But, Mr. Oreo, you have 2 chocolatey outsides and a creamy vanilla inside. Well, then go ahead and fiddle with the Oreo middle because there's not a better middle you can fiddle with. My sister and I still sing, because you're supposed to sing it. I'm not going to sing it on this. We still sing that and go into hysterics every time we see each other
Oh
because
my goodness.
it was like we were just mesmerized by this Oreo cookie commercial. We'd never
That-
seen anything like that in our life.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Oh, and still, like, how old had I been? 16? So, like, 40 odd years later, that jingle, I can still remember it anytime.
And it still makes you smile. That's awesome.
It still makes me laugh. Yeah, yeah,
I love that.
I know. It's pretty funny. I'll sing it for you guys when nobody's around.
Okay. You can teach it to us and we can sing it at commercial breaks.
Yes, we
That's
could.
right. We could do commercial breaks for Oreo cookies.
That's right. Anyway, it was
I'll
so,
do the Pepto-Bismol one.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking of writing to Pepto-Bismol and tell them I miss my favorite actor on TV. The
Mhm.
Pepto-Bismol blob that says girl.
I want to hear the response you get.
Well, Rod always says, "Oh, that's awful. That's awful." He says, "He's my boyfriend. He's the Pepto-Bismol blob."
The things that amuse us, hey?
And it comes on during Murder, She Wrote every night, or it used to, and now they've changed it to that insipid woman with diarrhea on the plane. I don't want to hear about that.
Oh my goodness.
The things we talk about, or I talk about.
I'm just happy the three of us are all chatting at the same time again.
This is
Yeah, me too.
absolutely keep us sane. We need to talk.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So true. That's one thing. I miss my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like
well.
I still have my online classes, but I have to do them by myself and not having sort of the energy that someone else brings into a situation is I miss
Yeah.
it. I miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, it's different. I'm spending a lot more time on the phone and on my computer than I normally do.
Yeah. Yeah. We were, Greta, before you logged on, Cindy and I were talking about how different this lockdown feels.
It does feel very different.
Mhm.
It's affecting me more.
Yeah. We were all talking. I really feel that this time. That
Yeah,
there's
I do as well.
something different about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
It-
I've kind of try not to watch the updates anymore because it concerns me how much our case numbers are going up. And yeah,
Is it all due to travel?
yeah.
Well, and you know, the thing that concerns me, like last week when I was speaking with my brother who lives in Ontario, he was telling me that in Ontario, they're finding young people dead in their apartments, young people who live alone.
Yep.
Because new variants make you so sick so quickly and it affects your oxygen levels and they go into, I don't know what happens with their hearts, but they die. And they don't realize that they are that sick. And then someone died like that here. So that it really is worrisome, you know, when young people are dying because they don't realize or they don't have time to get themselves to the hospital because these variants are so aggressive.
Absolutely. Very
So,
scary.
it's different. It's very different this time.
Yep. It's so scary.
Yeah.
And last time Rod and I were up with Mom.
Yeah.
This time we're stuck here.
Had you wanted to go up with your mom, Greta, or did it just happen so fast because
It just happened so fast.
Yeah, the next day you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I just wasn't prepared at all.
Mhm.
And I have so many things booked too with my course that I'm taking. And
Mhm.
yeah,
That's
I,
the same. Yeah.
and I have things that I need to prepare, and I'm just not able to take off and go right now, even if I could.
Mhm.
Well, and Dr. Robert Strang yesterday said that this lockdown is going to go longer than the 2 weeks. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
we just have to brace ourselves for that, right?
absolutely.
So Cindy can send us our yarn.
Exactly.
Well,
Drop
that
off. Curbside
that's right.
contact
Curbside
with
pickup.
pickup.
Curbside pickup.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, we're going to want to have our knit-alongs.
Yes.
Yeah, the knit-alongs are a highlight in my week. That's for
Yep,
sure.
me too.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
Ruth says she's minding it more this time too. Yeah, it's just been hard
yeah,
this time. I don't know, just
I
for
think
whatever.
yeah,
part of it as well is that we have been so good, and so many
Yeah,
people
yeah.
had their vaccine, and I believed that that was going to be the release, right? And it hasn't.
exactly. It was
It's
almost as if we've been given a Christmas present and then it's been taken away from us almost immediately.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
it feels awful. I was so excited to get my shot. Oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But it's amazing how resilient we are, or how we modify what we're doing,
Yep,
and we to just accommodate what's going on, right?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You just keep trying different things that work all the time, and that's part of the reason why I thought, oh, we just need to do it as guests. At least we can be together on our video and
Do you know,
and
and I'm astounded at how user friendly this is. Like the
mhm.
screen right now this is probably one of the best dialogue kinds of things that I've done online. Like I've done Zoom and Google Chats and
Mhm.
Facebook rooms and stuff. But the
Yep.
clarity I would love to see one of my dance teachers try this to see, because those signals are not great. This is really, really good.
So
And
I'll
It
tell you
is.
about StreamYard. So I have StreamYard Professional. It costs me about $22 a month to have it. You can put your logo in the corner. You can get it for free, but you can't do any logo type stuff. And because I use it basically for promoting, I want my logo and everything out there on it.
Banner.
And banner. And I can do a lot more stuff than what's on here. Like I could be adding comments that say stuff that would scroll across the screen, like
All right.
I can do all kinds of stuff like that while we're actually on. But then I'd have to put down my knitting. So. So anyway, but the thing about it is you don't need any software for this program. You set yourself up with an account on StreamYard, and every time I log in, they send me an access code, and I go onto their equipment. All it's
Okay.
using is my camera and my mic. Everything else is happening on their end, and that's why
Oh
it's
wow.
Wow.
Oh
so
Well, that would
wow.
explain. So, and
yeah,
secure, right? It's secure.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Anyway,
So
Frida, what I was going to tell you is that
You
one of
broadcast
the things that I've been
different.
doing online, there's
Yes.
a really wonderful, very line dancey type shimmy dance that we do, and I am
Ooh.
just dying to do it with your line dancers. Those videos that they put up on the Shelburne County Arts Council,
Yes.
awesome.
Oh. Oh, thanks.
They just looked like so much fun. So I'm dying to do that with your group when we're able to get together again in a larger group.
Can you
I,
be the guest
I want
teacher
to
and
teach
teach
them.
us how to do it? You could be the
Yeah,
guest
I'll come
teacher.
out. Yeah, I would love to do that. And I think you guys
Oh my
would.
gosh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
fun.
see my
something to look
banner now?
forward to.
Look at your screen, you guys.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Ah.
That's so cool.
That is very
I
neat.
can do all kinds of stuff like that on this.
Oh, that is really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That is very cool.
Now you've really got me thinking about this. This is interesting.
I know. It's a really cool program.
You've got me thinking too. And you said there's a free version too.
Yeah.
Because it's way better than Zoom.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom has its purpose. Like if you're trying to share your screen and stuff,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
great for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The sound on this though is so good. Like I
Better.
Zoom chats where the sound kicks in and out. I hate that, you know?
This is really great.
Yeah.
Because none of us are on mute. And I find with Zoom, you have to continuously mute yourself.
Yeah.
The echoes and stuff are just crazy, aren't they?
Okay. So let's see what you think of this one.
Ah,
Very
there it
nice.
is.
Mm-hmm.
The sweater.
So there's tons of stuff I can do with this. It's just, I don't use it to its full capacity, but, you know.
But you have lots of options. I love that running across the bottom.
Yeah.
That's a
I got to remember to use it because that's a good way to put those things like.
Absolutely. That way, when we want you to share something, you can type it in along the bottom.
Yeah.
We don't, yeah, that's great. I
Well,
haven't
I
made it.
started on the ribbing on my sock. So.
Woohoo!
Nice.
You got about 4 or 5 minutes left.
Oh, and we're just about at 11:30.
Are we? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I have to hustle out right away because we have to get out of our building.
Oh, you're
Well-
We have a showing at 12. Yeah.
any takers, any interest at all?
This is someone from last week coming back with a property inspector. Mm-hmm. And then there's another showing at 2.
We are cheering for you.
And then there's another showing at 2 today. So
Oh boy.
we've been getting about three a week. So
Well, best wishes and keep us informed.
yes.
Is it but because of a new agent, do you think, or is it because of this whole big?
No, we have the same agent. We have the same person. We have Ann Swim, and she does a terrific job.
Right.
And I think it's all the people from Ontario that want to move here.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But I think this person is local that's looking, like in our area somewhere. So that's coming back with the property manager. Or there's someone from Newfoundland looking, and there's somebody from Calgary, and there's somebody from, I don't know, Ann said there's been lots and lots of action. So
I believe that. I believe that.
I do too. Right now,
my only little concern is I worry there's going to be so many of them. It's going to really change the culture.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what life is, right? Life is change.
Mhm.
yeah. Afraid so. We'll simply have to work them into our way.
Yep. So I'm gonna stop us right at 11:30 today, so we can do a quick tidy up and get out of here.
All righty.
Hide
And
the
I'll put all
yarn.
these things to hang.
Murray says he's got all these skeins to hang up.
Hide the yarn, Murray. Hide the yarn.
How do you hide 300 skeins of yarn that are hanging up in the studio?
That's not so easy.
Mm-mm.
Very good.
Well, you guys have a wonderful day, and this was a lot of fun.
Thank
I
you for
haven't
this, Cindy.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. And today's one of those busy days because then I have to work at 4. So it's just like one thing after another, but all enjoyable things. So it's not a big deal, you know.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
It's all
yeah.
stuff I enjoy. So, but I gotta admit, Wednesday morning knit-alongs are like one of my favorite things throughout the week.
Awesome.
Yay, mine
Mine
too.
too.
Mhm.
Mine too.
Yeah.
So now that we know how easy it is to do this, that's great.
Yeah.
I like
Thank
how
you.
it splits the screen up and all 3 of us show up good, and yeah.
And I did notice one thing.
Mhm.
It goes way better through Samsung. The first time when I couldn't get on, I was trying to do it through Chrome,
Mhm.
and Chrome did not work, but Samsung worked perfectly. So perhaps it's the Chrome that was causing the problem last week with the
Wow.
guy from
That's
Darn Yarn.
interesting. I had to switch devices too. Isn't that interesting?
Okay.
Ha.
Yeah. So maybe
Good.
I always use Safari. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm using. So right now, but it wouldn't work on my Chrome.
And I'm using Samsung, so, but I couldn't get it to come up on Chrome at all.
Hmm.
So who knows, eh?
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm going to say
All right,
thank
thanks, Cindy.
you so much, and we'll see you next week. Have fun.
Bye-bye.